Welcome to week 9 of Connecting the Dots, my little project where I try and put as much as possible in each week that is my dot. And I then go and talk to somebody about the dots that make up their life and see what they're all about. And this week was another great dot filled with stuff. Parliament House again. Thank you, Chris Whiting, for inviting me along. I got to meet the Honourable Health Minister Sharon Fentiman. Got to go to celebrate the second year of Building Doors podcast, run by a friend of mine, Lauren from Karen & Co., recruitment specialist. And she had some great panelists come and talk for the people that come and celebrated this milestone for her. One of those people was my good friend James Whitaker. He came over from LA for this. So it was great to see him and catch up and see what's happening in his world. I could stop there. That's a big full dot, but that's not what's happened only this week. My Project 20, which is my project to get under 20 minutes of park run, I'm in my second week. That's going well. And my father turned 75. So a massive, massive week. Full of dot this week, full of week. And then I'm off to go talk to somebody that's just filling their dots with big stuff too. So let's go meet a physio.
This is Kelvin. Kelvin is a physio, and well, you know what? I'm going to let Kelvin tell us all about what he does here. And well, let's start with the name. It's not a typical name, is it? So what's the full name?
We are You Physio and Health, as in YOU. And really just, we use the phrase healthcare tailored to you, right, as an individual. And we want individualized treatment, diving deeper and finding out more about that person. When we're dealing with a person and their injury or their problem, so many factors play a role. What do they do for a job? Are they a parent? If they are a parent, how young are their kids? What sports they do? How they spend the majority of their day, what they do on their weekends, like all of that stuff matters and it impacts the outcome. If we want to be successful and get the outcome, which is healing or pain-free, so to speak, then we need to take all of those things into consideration. And it's the individual, it's about you.
What are some of the things you do here? It's not just physio, I understand.
So we have physiotherapists, there's two of us, myself and my business partner, Sonia. We also have an exercise physiologist. His name is Mitch. And we have a remedial massage therapist, Joe. That's the team of us for now. And we've got some admin, which help us out behind the desk, which is good.
And it's not your typical space here. I've been into a physio or two in my time, and it's not like this. This is a unique, open, lovely space. Tell us about how you came about coming up with it.
That was a big part of the original vision. Sonia really, both of us have worked in places that had just curtained off rooms, and it doesn't feel nice. Like, it just doesn't feel nice. So we just wanted to create a space that is warm and people want to come to, they want to come back. Because back to then, even the rehab side of things, we don't want it to just be when people are only in pain. We want to get people that are wanting to try and prevent, and we want to assist people through their healthy lives too. So if it's a space that people want to come, it doesn't feel so clinical. It's just a whole different feeling and vibe. It was a lot of fun designing it and setting it up. We actually did it all ourselves.
Excellent.
It was 8 weeks, almost to the day
that
it took us. It was actually a TAB before design it, how we wanted. We had an idea on the general sizes of the rooms, and we wanted to be big. Like, we wanted to have that feeling of, these rooms don't feel like a shoebox. There's a lot of hard work, a lot of late nights.
And outside of you being a physiotherapist, tell me about your sports hobbies, activities.
So I'm currently training for the Gold Coast Half in just 2 weeks tomorrow. Dealing with a bit of an injury though, so it's been an interrupted prep, but that's all part of the learnings. And as a physio, it's been a very good experience to live it, not just deal with it as a profession. I love anything 2 wheels, so massive mountain bike enthusiast. Motorbikes, I do a lot of motocross riding as well. That's sort of my background. But since having kids, time is a precious thing. So that turned more into mountain bike riding to still get that adrenaline rush, but not take an entire day. Background of sports, there's a lot of soccer, a lot of athletics.
I think I read somewhere you did some CrossFit.
Yeah, I did CrossFit for many years, and that was how Sonia and I met, actually. So she owned a CrossFit gym locally just in Northgate for about 10, 11 years. I was one of their main coaches for that entire time. It was while I was at uni and then starting in my career as a physio. So it was a really good experience and sport to have as a physio as well, just to have that functional kind of movement concepts down pat.
What makes you smile, laugh? What gives you energy?
My kids, as cliche as I guess that probably is, they take a lot of energy.
How many you got?
I've got two.
How
Got
old?
Charlie, he will be 4 in October. My daughter Claire was 2 yesterday. Wife and I, as they say, are in the trenches, but they're fun.
Excellent.
They are a lot of fun.
Back to your physio and what you do as a physiotherapist. Why do you do it?
You Physio, it's our version or it's our way to just provide good quality healthcare. Like, we understand how we're busy people, business owners, and exercise on the side of that as well. So in those busy lives, we understand how limiting injuries and everything can be. Over the years, I developed this approach: quality healthcare, efficient and effective. When someone comes here, we want them leave with an understanding of what's going on with their issue, but also the plan. So that's where like the exercise and the rehab, and that's where a lot of the research is these days, that people get better from participating in their strengthening and their physio exercises, so to speak. But you also want them leaving here feeling better. So that's where that hands-on treatment approach really matters as well. Our difference from other clinics, what someone is getting as a package when they come here.
So how does an ordinary person that just doesn't know the difference between some of the medical health offerings, how do they know when it's time to go see a physio or a chiropractor or a doctor?
So physios are considered a primary practitioner. We will see someone right at the beginning of an injury or a pain of any kind. In our space, we are musculoskeletal. So you think your muscles and bones. Okay. So if you're getting a pain that's been going on for a while for that, or if it's an injury related to those things, then that's kind of our bread and butter. And we can see someone at any stage of that. They don't have to go to see a GP first.
Yep.
Often the GP is just like, why are you seeing me? I'm going to send you to a physio anyway. We can send for a lot of imaging as well. And if needed, we will then relay back to a GP and kind of get them involved when needed. In terms of chiropractics, some people, depending on the style of chiropractor, a lot of the modern chiropractors will treat very similar to how a physio will treat. Generally speaking, we'll deal more with bones and joints. So there is crossover in those professions. We do work with some local chiropractors and share patients, and it can be a personal preference for those people.
What's next for Kelvin? What's next for You Physio? What's the future going to be?
Next for me, I'm just on this path of finding and using my fitness. I'm about to do a half marathon event. I've done some mountain bike racing this year. We're about to participate in a couple of months in a marathon row on an ergo. I'm just enjoying using my fitness and finding what my body can do. It hit me when we had kids and I turned 30, and not that that's old or anything, but it just started to get to that point of like, I just don't want to get to 70 and go, I wish I did this, or I wish I, did more of that. So just exploring fitness. And then for the business, for You Physio and Health, mission this year was more community engagement. Being a new business in the area, where we're trying to build relationships with the local community and the local businesses, different events that we're doing as a team, the Marathon Road.
You started a little run club?
There's a run club, yeah. So that's a part of us connecting with the community again. There's a local run club called the Nudgy Runners. They're just a social group that run every Sunday. And it's been really nice to host them and others once a month. So that's been the first Sunday of every month.
Yep.
We had like nearly 40 people at the last one that we did. So that was a really cool, we just have coffee afterwards. And there's CrossFit Games are coming up in September. And there's been some local athletes from Brisbane, some adaptive athletes that have qualified to go. So we're trying to look at how we can help support that team. We're still kind of brainstorming that for now, but yeah, see if we can raise some money for that team to go over to America.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time chatting to me today. And I hope your half marathon in a couple of weeks, is that
Yeah.
going to be your first half
It'll
marathon?
be my first, yeah, it'll be my first
Excellent.
event half. Yeah.
First event half.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, well, good luck with that. And thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. It's funny if I said, hey, can I catch up with you over a beer and just ask you questions? It seems weird. But if I go, hey, can I put a camera in your face and I'm going to put it on the internet? Can I ask you questions? You're like, sure.
It's the age we're in, right?